How do you go from 30% body fat with a TID to 12% body fat with lean abs? In today's video, we are going to be going over the strategy you need to use to get there. I'm also going to be showing you different timelines depending on how aggressive you want to go. We'll be covering nutrition, training, and all the other elements that go into a successful fat loss journey.
My name's Arjun Rai. I am from Team Fit Gains. I've helped thousands of Indians get rid of their TID, drop that stubborn belly fat without sacrificing their favorite foods. Yes, that means you can eat roti, you can still eat your nanni's aloo wale paronte. You can find out more information and check out all the transformations below. The link is in the description.
So we have our 35-year-old male at 30% body fat weighing in at 100 kilograms. That means 70 kilograms is lean mass and 30 kilograms is fat mass. So you need to work out your body fat percentage, and then you can work out how much of your body is fat and how much is lean mass. Lean mass is everything that's not fat, okay? So 30% at 100 kilos, 30 kilograms is fat, 70 kilograms is lean mass. Now, for this person to get down to 12% body fat, they need to lose 20.5 kilograms of pure body fat. This means this person's target weight is 79.5 kilograms. Now, the way I've worked this out is that there are 7,700 calories in 1 kilogram of fat. So, for example, if I wanted to lose 1 kilogram per week, I would need to be in a 7,700 calorie deficit across the week, which works out to a 1,100 calorie deficit per day, which is very aggressive. If this person loses 20.5 kilograms of pure fat and they keep all of their lean mass, they will actually be 12% body fat by the end of it. Now, what usually happens is you will lose a bit of lean mass as well. So that 79.5, if you do lose a bit of muscle, a bit of lean mass, might go down towards 75. But let's just go with this person keeps all the muscle because they do all the right type of training and they only lose fat. How long will it take them? Well, this can depend on how aggressive they go with the calorie deficit. Now, according to this guy's stats, and let's just assume he's a lightly active person, goes to the gym a few times a week, does around 5,000 to 10,000 steps a day. According to these metrics, he is burning a total of 2,600 calories a day. That is his maintenance calories. So you need to know what your maintenance calories are. Now, if you don't know what your body fat percentage is and you don't know what your maintenance calories are, you can download my free calculator. It's in the description below. You plug your numbers in and it will tell you your body fat percentage. It will also tell you your calorie and macro targets and a timeline of how long it will take depending on how aggressive you go. So as I was saying, this person is lightly active and he burns 2,600 calories a day. Now, he needs to lose 20.5 kilograms of pure fat. So if he was going aggressive, he would aim for around a 1,000 calorie deficit per day, which takes his calorie total to 1,600 calories, which is very, very aggressive. I wouldn't really recommend this because the more aggressive you go, your energy levels will be lower, your hunger levels will be higher, and it'll be hard to stick to. Now, a more sustainable deficit would be a 500 calorie deficit per day. So 2,600 minus 500, we get 2,100 calories per day. So how long would it take him to lose the 20 kilos if he was going with a 500 calorie deficit per day? It would take him 11 months. 11 months of 500 calorie deficit per day would mean he'll drop around 0.5 kilogram of fat per week. And that will take him 11 months to drop the total of around 20 kilograms of fat. So you're looking at a year here for most people, and that is being consistent and not missing a beat. Let's be real, across 11 months in a year, you're probably going to be going on holiday. There's probably going to be weddings. There's probably going to be things that happen. You're not going to be consistent the whole way. So it's going to be longer than 11 months if you're at a 500 calorie deficit per day. Now, let's say you're someone that does go quite aggressive and you want to go for the 1,000 calorie deficit per day. I've had these people on the plan. Here's an example of one of the guys. Now, this would mean you're dropping a kilogram per week. And if you need to drop the 20 kilograms, that'll take you 20 weeks. That's looking like 5 months. Again, this is if you're super strict, don't miss a beat. 5 months to drop the 20 kilograms of fat. And this is, again, assuming you're going to maintain all of your muscle. It's very likely when you go more aggressive with the calorie deficit, you're going to lose muscle as well. I actually think this person won't get to the 12% in 5 months, because if they end up losing a proportion of muscle, when you do the body fat percentage, you'll probably end up at a bit higher percentage than 12%. Now, what I would usually do with clients that are 100 kilos and 30% body fat, I'd probably put them in a deficit somewhere in the middle, around a 700 calorie deficit per day. And that would give us an 8-month timeline. So timeline wise, it very much depends on how aggressive you go with the deficit. As I said, I would probably go somewhere in the middle. So you're getting quite fast results, but it's not super restrictive, and you are able to actually stick with it long enough to see the results. That's calories done. The next thing you need to make sure, though, you are eating enough protein. So your protein is your lean body mass multiplied by 2.2, and that is your daily protein target. And you need to hit this every single day. If you get the calories right and the protein right, you will definitely see results. Coupled with strength training, you need to be lifting weights. When you're in a calorie deficit, there's a big risk of losing muscle. So you want to train the muscle hard so your body has a reason to keep the muscle. Muscle burns more calories than body fat. So when you're in a deficit, your body is fighting against you. And it's like, right, this muscle's burning so many calories, let me get rid of it. But if you're using it and you're eating enough protein and you're working it hard, your body actually says to itself, actually, no, I need this muscle. Let me keep this muscle in the body. And our goal is to lose fat and keep all of the muscle. So very important, you strength train. And when you are training, you have to train with weights, focus on your compound lifts. You want to aim for 10 to 20 working sets per muscle group per week. And you want to be training close to failure. This is probably the biggest point here. The intensity of the training must be up. You can't just go into the gym and half-ass it, because then you'll end up losing muscle. You've got to really break that muscle tissue down. You've got to recover with the protein and proper rest and recovery, aiming for 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night. And then you will maintain muscle while you drop this body fat. In terms of cardio, what do you need to do? You don't really need to go crazy with your cardio. I would recommend doing an extra 3 to 5,000 steps to your current daily average. So if you're averaging 5,000 steps a day right now, go to 8,000 minimum, but really towards 10,000 steps a day. In 10 minutes of walking, you can do 1,000 steps. Other elements you want to focus on as well with the diet is making sure you're getting enough fiber. So you want to balance out your calories, your protein, and around 25 grams plus of fiber per day. When you are choosing what to eat, you want to fill your diet up with high volume, high fiber, high protein foods. These are going to give you the best results. If you start filling it up with chocolates and junk food, it's very likely you're going to feel really hungry and you're not going to be able to stick with the deficit for long enough. It doesn't mean you can never have these foods, and you can be smart and you can budget them into your calorie intake. I do that all the time with my clients, but majority, 80-90% of your food should come from healthy, high fiber, high volume, high protein foods, and this will give you the best chance of success. Now, the key thing you really need is a proper plan with structure, with accountability, and you need to have patience and you need to trust the process. One thing to watch out for, sometimes your weight might not drop on the scales, but you are still dropping body fat. Your measurements are still coming down. So this means you're actually losing fat and you're building muscle. This can actually happen, especially with newbies, people that are new to training and they've never really had a high protein diet, never really trained hard. They can actually build quite a lot of muscle in that first year of training. So you want to be making sure on a week-to-week basis, you are taking your measurements. Take your waist measurement, take your chest measurement, around the hips, around the arms. You want to take note if the measurements are going down. Also want to weigh yourself daily and take the average weight. If you're only weighing yourself once a week, you might catch yourself on a high weight day or a low weight day. It will fluctuate. depending on water retention, depending on what you've eaten. If you had slightly more carbs or more salt, your body can hold more water. So you want to make sure you're weighing yourself every day at the same time in the morning. Wake up, go for a shit, weigh yourself, and take note of it. And then take the average weight across the week. And then you compare weeks 1 average to weeks 2 average. Are you dropping down at the rate you need to be dropping? If you are not, then you might need to adjust those calories. And let's fast forward. You've done 11 months of dieting and you've got to your goal. Now what? Do you continue eating low calories? It's been hard, it's been a slog, but you've got there. Now what you've got to do here, very important, you implement the reverse diet. This is where you slowly increase your calories back up to your maintenance calories. Remember, your maintenance calories were 2,600 when you started the diet, but now you've lost over 20 kilograms. Your maintenance calories is going to drop. It just happens. When you lose that much weight, it comes down. So you've got to make sure now you recalculate your maintenance calories. So again, use my calculator, put your new numbers in. It'll give you your new number, your new figures. And then what you want to do is week on week, increase your calories back up to your maintenance. So remember, if you were going aggressive, you were on 1,600 calories a day. Your maintenance is around 2,600. It's dropped by, I say 100 or 200. Now your maintenance is around 2,400. You want to take your calories from 1,600 up to 2,400 incrementally, 100 calories plus per week. The calories you add in, I'd recommend coming from carbohydrates. This will give you more energy in the gym, and now you can focus on getting stronger and really building up some muscle mass. It should take you around 8 weeks to get from 1,600 calories back up to 2,400. At 2,400 calories a day, you've got more energy, you're stronger in the gym, you're eating way more, but your body shape is maintaining. Now, as long as you don't go over the 2,400 calories, there's no chance of you putting on body fat. You only put on body fat when you're over your maintenance calories consistently, which is a calorie surplus. So let's say now you've done the fat loss phase, you've done the reverse diet, which takes about 2 months. So that is 11 months plus 2 months. This is over a year now of going at it. This is why I said you need patience and you need a strategy that you can actually stick to long term. And then once you've finished that reverse diet, you can go into an optional phase 3, which is the muscle building phase. This is where you increase your calories 10 to 20% above your maintenance. And now the focus is really on getting stronger in the gym and building more muscle. I would continue to weigh myself. You probably want to be gaining around 1 kilogram of weight per month, because muscle building is a much slower process than fat loss. If you complete the whole process, you would have dropped the fat, got lean, got your calories higher, and start building muscle.
If you're someone that seems to be struggling with their fitness, their diet, and their training, you can download my free fat loss guide. I'll put the link below. The calorie calculator in there that will calculate how many calories you need, how much protein you need. It'll also tell you your body fat percentage, and it will set you some targets and some goals along the way. It gives you a really good understanding of diet and nutrition and can help you with some example meal plans and templates with the training plans as well. Click the link below and download it.